Big D, how would you like to relive some magic of the classic hits of Roy Orbison and the Everly Brothers? Don't tell me you don't remember them. You've just turned 50.
No, my
so
mother told me about Roy Orbison.
Oh, rightio. Good on ya. Well, Roy Orbison and the Everly Brothers have got this big show. Well, not actually those guys, but we have internationally renowned artist Dean Bourne with special guests, the Robertson Brothers, who you can hear playing in the background with their little Bye Bye Love song. Caloundra Event Centre, March the 6th. It's all on right here on the sunny coast.
And we're going to talk to Dean Bourne right now, who is... a.k.a. Roy Orbison. G'day, Dean. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure, guys. Lovely to speak with you both.
Mate, what happens when that bass line starts playing? You know the one, Roy Orbison,
Yeah.
Pretty Woman. What happens when that starts playing? To me, it's one of the most iconic bass lines that everyone knows the song. They know the lead in. And it's so important to get it right, I suppose.
Absolutely, mate. And I think, you just hit the nail right on the head. I was listening to radio the other day and they said that the most iconic riff is, I think it was We Will Rock You by Queen. But I tell you what, Pretty Woman would have to run a very, very close second to people just know that riff, and I guess that's why that song has just stood the test of time. It's just an incredible tune.
And it is funny when you're watching a dance floor or you're watching people and they do hear these certain riffs, Pretty Woman, as you said, that one, that Man, I Feel Like a Woman's another one. And as soon as they hear those riffs come up, bam, they're up and they just know exactly what's coming.
Absolutely, and I guess that's just that's the power of music, and it's a wonderful thing.
So, what is the feeling when you watch the reaction? You're up there and you're essentially Roy Orbison for the night, and you watch the memories flooding back those people. I'm trying to get the emotion, what's going through for you when you see that you've struck a chord with people. Either, they had the record, maybe they were a massive Roy Orbison, maybe they got to see him when he toured those many times here in Australia. What does that do to you as an artist?
Oh, it's just, for me, it's just a massive privilege and honour to be able to bring, Roy's music to different generations. And as you mentioned before, you're bringing back lots of memories for people, and it's a massive adrenaline rush. It's everything. It's just why I love doing what I do, and it is such a privilege that I'm able to do that, and it's something that I certainly don't take for granted.
Now, Dean, this is probably a very unfair question, and I'm sure you've probably been asked it before, but out of all the Roy Orbison songs, have you got one that just strikes a chord with you wherever and whenever you play it?
I do, and my favourite song is a song called Crying, and it's probably the first song that I ever heard as a young boy, through my father, because my father was a singer, and I was exposed to the music of Roy Orbison at quite a young age. So for me, it would have to be Crying. It's just one of those songs that I guess takes people back to a time and place in their lives, and they can relate to the lyric particularly, and just such a great song. And that's my favourite song, Crying.
Well, you just mentioned then, you listened to your dad singing, and it was a big influence, Roy Orbison, when you were younger. Was it something that you always thought, you know what, I want to sound like him, I want to be Roy Orbison? Was it always something, or just one day you've gone, someone said, you sound a bit like Roy Orbison?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. It's something that I never sort of set out to do. I was always going to do something in the entertainment business, whether it be playing my guitar or singing. I was always a bit of a clown, and I would dress up as like Shakin' Stevens and Paul Hogan and entertain my family.
Right,
and
we
friends.
Want photos.
Yeah, I wish I had them too, because they're great memories and that, but there's not too many photos of that. But again, sort of back to the Roy Orbison thing. Yeah, I was singing in bands and from quite a young age, and did all the talent quest circuits and all those sort of things, and it was a common thing for people to tell me how much I sounded like Roy Orbison. So, I kind of fell into doing it. I won a show called Follow That Dream in the 90s, and it just snowballed from there on. And I've just had such a wonderful journey with it. I mean, I'm in my 18th year now of performing the Roy Orbison Tribute. I've been all around the world, all around Australia, and there's just no sign of it letting up. It's just so popular.
Tracy used to be in a covers band, and she used to draw the line every now and again, say, I'm not doing Penny Arcade tonight.
And they wonder
I'm not doing
every
Penny
night.
Arcade tonight. How do you go with Penny Arcade?
Well, I mean, Penny Arcade is such an iconic song, particularly here in Australia. It was Roy's biggest selling song in Australia. 1969 was the year, and it's a great song. You know, there's none of the songs that I perform in the show that I think, oh, I don't really like this song. I think every song brings something different and a different feel, and that one certainly gets people up dancing and clapping their hands, that's for sure.
Oh, I never said it was a bad song or I didn't like this song, but Roy Orbison had so many songs, but it was just that one particular song they would say, can you do Penny Arcade?
Yeah,
come on.
No, it's a great song, and they're certainly in the repertoire, yep.
Well, we better give the gig a plug. It's Saturday, the 6th of March in Caloundra, I believe, Trace.
Sure is. Now, of course, you can get onto Dean Bourne's website, Facebook sites, all that stuff. It's all on there. Also, the Robertson brothers. Is this the first time you've travelled around with these guys?
It is, you know, and I've known Jeff and Ben for many years now. They're great mates of mine, and I mean, honestly, these guys are the real deal. They're the best in the business. And when we're looking at the concept, we're putting it together, and it was just the choice was easy to have to ask Ben and Jeff to come on board. And they've just released their album, the Everly Brothers Tribute album. It was released through Sony Music last week.
Yep.
And that's also available in stores and Sanity and JB Hi-Fi, I think. And I tell you what, people are they're just in for such a treat with these guys. They're a pleasure to work with, and you know, there's a reason why, you know, within their own rights, that these guys have sold hundreds of thousands of records, and they've toured with John Denver, with America, with ELO, and there's a reason for that. It's because they're the best. So I'm very pleased to be touring with the boys this year.
Well, I've been giving their album a bit of a spin at home this week, so I've had a good listen to it. We just played Bye Bye Love there in the background there by the Everly Brothers. There you go. By the Robertson Brothers. It was close, but pretty close there.
Yeah, they're a class act, no doubt.
I'm guessing there's going to be a whole heap of kids of the 70s who are going to be listening there and finding out that Linda Ronstadt didn't have the original with so many of those songs that they're going to be singing, all these Everly Brothers hits.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's amazing, isn't it? Some of the older songs that now you hear on the radio, and I think probably, you know, 2 out of 10 songs that we hear these days are old songs that have been revived and redone in a different way. They're just timeless hits.
They sure are. Dean, thank you very much for your time tonight. So, folks, there you go. Get out there, Caloundra, March the 6th, and I tell you what we might do. Next week we might give a couple of tickets away to the Caloundra Event Centre there, so you can get along there, see Roy Orbison, and, of course, the Everly Brothers there, which is the Robertson Brothers. Give a couple of tickets away next week, but they have to answer the question, which is going to be Dean Bourne, in his interview this week, mentioned his favourite song he likes to sing of Roy Orbison. So you have to let us know what that is. So, Dean, thanks very much again, and we'll catch up with you probably at Caloundra on March the 6th.
I look forward to it, Tracy, and thanks very much for your time. Thanks, Darren.
Anytime, Dean. See ya.
Bye.
I'll never be blue, my dreams come true on blue